Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mega64 podcast, the #1 podcast on the internet, regardless of what that podcast may be about.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a true murder podcast, we're better than them.
Yep.
True.
If it's a video game podcast, we're definitely better than that.
Yeah.
Easy.
If it's some podcast about chicks talking about sex and farting and
Yeah.
We do that better.
whatever the fuck that's about,
No.
this is way better.
Even if Joe Rogan's on that podcast,
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're
way better.
Way better than
We're like 4 Joe Rogans. That's how we're going to promote it now.
It's for Joe Rogan's.
Broke my chair.
Is that a theme song?
Yeah, that's pretty much
Is that
how
what
it
he
goes.
does?
Yeah.
We are like 4 Joe Rogans. We're your hosts,
Yeah.
Derek, Rocco, Shawn, and Garrett.
Mm-hmm.
And this show
to
is
be
brought
here.
to you by a couple of sponsors. Yeah, we're going to get to the sponsors. Yeah, deal with it.
Gotta keep the lights on
Most people talk about how they hate when podcasts talk about sponsors. Not on this show,
because it's the best one.
because on this show, it's pretty much a main feature of the show.
Yeah.
It's a comedy bit.
Everyone loves a podcast.
I
sponsor.
was informed before taping moments ago, we don't even know who our sponsor is this week.
What?
Up until this week, we have been saying it was Crappy Castles.
Mm-hmm.
And I've made all these jokes about how I don't know what the fuck they are,
Yeah.
and I still don't. And now I don't even know if they're still sponsoring us or not. I can't get a straight answer.
We're getting a vague, we think they are. We don't know the status. So we're going to do it. We're going to give them the best plug tonight in hopes that it isn't the last one. It could be.
Oh.
It may have already expired. We don't know.
No, that's not what I was going to say at all. I was going to say this is the last time I'm going to be mentioning Crappy Castles.
Oh, okay.
I don't care if it's a good plug or bad plug.
Go out with a bang, though.
or
you
if
might
it's
as well.
the worst Crappy Castles plug I've done so far. I'm in fuck it mode at this point.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm not even supposed to curse, but this. So here's the plug officially. I'm never going to mention Crappy Castles on the show ever again. Check them out because I'm done.
Yeah.
It's on you at this point. We've
Yeah,
done
if
our
if you
job.
haven't gone there, that's
on you.
your fault.
Take
We've
us
been
off-
telling you.
Yeah, wherever podcasts are found, I guess.
Look at yourself in the mirror and think, why haven't I not checked out Crappy Castles yet? It's on me. Now this
Yeah.
is my problem.
That's not our issue.
it's
at
no
this
longer
point.
our
That's you.
issue.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
So that's my sponsorship.
Good way to handle
That was
it.
good.
Now, our other sponsor, we have a very healthy and happy relationship with, and part of that is, whenever we're feeling that stress, that anxiety, they provide the products to relieve it in a sexual way. Some people say not to say that word, but I'm in fuck it mode too. I'm going to say sexual.
Wow.
Yeah, I said it.
There's a slur there.
Tenga. Go to Tenga and pick up a product for your own pleasure that you could pick up if you're 18 and up. You're going to love what they got. And if you click the special link below, you can go there. You're going to use offer code Mega64 as well and get a discount, 15% off any of the stuff they got there. They're based in Japan. We visited them. We know them. We love them. And I can vouch for, I was going to say I don't know what they're doing in their time.
Oh,
but
you
I'll
could speak
vouch
for me.
them.
You could speak for
I'll
me.
vouch for their quality work because they care. So check out Tenga.
And you know what?
Sexual
Masturbate
slur.
better.
I'm sorry.
18 and
I'm
up.
sorry.
Came out
What?
and said
I'm
that.
sorry. What?
See, I don't know.
Masturbate
I'm
better.
sorry, what does that have to do with Tenga?
Yeah, I'm kind
well,
of losing the
you
plot
should
here.
check out the site.
Yeah,
Have you ever
they'll
seen
tell ya.
those? Have you ever seen those?
They'll
futuristic
tell ya.
clown noses? I've been there.
Oh, Derek, that's not where you put the Tenga. Well, I'll show you later. I'll show
Have you
later.
seen
The adhesive, it needs.
No, you don't put the egg there. God.
the-
Okay.
Have you seen the?
You thought you liked him before. You like him way more in a little bit. Yes.
Have you seen the meme image of there's always the guy setting the dominoes in place, like the bigger and bigger,
Yes.
giant white pieces?
I have seen
where
that.
it's like one thing on the internet
it's
leads
like the
to a big
butterfly
thing.
effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was cracking up that somebody online made one that said the smallest one he's setting up says Rocco buys a hat. And the top one is Tenga sponsorship. That was cracking me up. Rocco bought a
That's
hat in
how it
Japan and it
happened.
led to that.
That's
Anyway,
true.
check them out.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, to the Mega64 podcast this week. We've got a lot going on. We're popping off here. We're drinking. We got some weird coffees here.
Popping
So
bottles.
that's how crazy we're going.
What's everybody's
Not just
coffee
regular.
cup? I see Batu here.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
go Batu. I got this off-world. Starbucks off-world.
You know what? Let me say something.
Oh, wait. You got to see. I
Is
think
that from
it's got DJ
Starbucks?
Rex. Starbucks on Batu.
Let me say
Yes.
something about your mug.
Yeah.
If you were a teacher, you'd be my favorite teacher
Yeah.
with that mug.
I'm kind of a teacher.
That-
the people listening, I'm very, got knowledge.
It has like the educational kind of animation vibes,
Yes.
where it's not too
like
aggressive.
like we're reading Arthur books in class and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. The fun
Thank
teacher
you.
with the Batu cup.
You're the
What
fun
would you
teacher.
teach, by the way?
Cool shit. Like,
You got to be an expert in what you teach.
I think physics, because physics has like it's got math involved, it's got science involved, but it has real world application. You know what I mean? It's
Okay.
not theoretical things and essays about whatever. It's like, no. This car hits this. How far is that going to go?
It's true.
You know what I mean? You could get real world and you could tell fun stories that apply into, that's what I would do.
A to B to
Physics.
C.
Yeah.
I always
Gotcha.
wanted to be a history teacher.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that'd be good too.
I've got a Batman mug here.
Yeah.
Because I'm dark and I'm brooding.
Yeah. Some
Oh,
people
like a
who were
history
looking
teacher.
earlier in the pre-show thought it was a Starbucks mug because I think you have like a sticker on it or something.
Can we get a close up of this? That's a Nutter's coffee
Yeah.
sticker.
Mm-hmm.
I ordered
Deep
these and didn't know that they would be so small. So, just threw them in the trash.
And now what are we looking at with you guys? I will say on your Shawn, I want to comment on it real quick.
Please comment on the coffee cup.
Is anytime my family has done a big like Disneyland day where it's like, oh, the whole family's gonna go, we're gonna wake up early, whatever. When I go to see them, they always have a cup, this type of cup with a full of coffee ready
Yeah.
for me. Like, hey, here you
Ooh,
go.
that's nice.
Is
a
that from
go
home?
cup.
I'm asking.
I went to a birthday party this morning
Oh.
it was a kid's
nuts,
birthday
dude.
party.
You
Yeah.
and those birthday parties.
That's a separate subject.
Yeah,
I agree.
well-
You're addicted.
I can't get enough.
How many kids do you know, man?
Addicted to
I
birthday.
know
Kinda is.
my kids know a lot of kids, and those kids happen to have birthdays, and it gets nuts. But I got this coffee cup there, and it's a one-time use. And then I thought it's only one-time use if you use it one time. So then I just have been dumping out coffee throughout the day and just refreshing it, and I'm saving the environment.
Such a
Really,
good
Yeah.
person.
You're doing good. You're
Yeah.
doing good.
All
You
right,
are such a
respect.
good
thank
person.
you,
Respect.
thank you for
Okay,
that.
Garrett, what?
Fabulous. This is a gift here. Rocco got me this mug. This is a Death Stranding color change mug.
Oh yeah,
It's
right.
normally
It's black
all
normally.
black. Yeah, I
it's
think
hot.
if I like push my fingers there, oh no, it's not doing
You're
it.
warming it up
It's
more.
opposite.
Oh yeah, I gotta
Opposite.
cool it.
So
Oh,
when
my-
it gets cold, it turns black.
yeah, it turns black. Yeah.
Oh.
Also,
Ooh,
how's that
beaches
handle
show up.
looking?
The what handle? I tactically removed the handle, Shawn.
That was like last week before the show. He like snapped it off.
yeah.
What'd you do that for?
Well, because the handle would get in the way of my grip. I use
You
like
wanna get a good grip.
Well, I use like a French. You've heard of a French press? This is a French grip as well, and the handle kind of gets in the way of that. No,
That's the appeal of the French grip, Kevin. It doesn't
Yeah.
get hot.
it's not for everyone, Kevin. It's an advanced.
Yeah.
Kevin, you don't really drink coffee, so maybe kinda
Kevin,
back out of this one.
shut up.
It's
This is the week we finally say it. Kevin, shut the fuck up.
Why would we give him a mic?
We finally came to this. We can get it out there. We always wanted to say it.
damn.
Kevin, you got anything you want to say?
No, I'm
Nah,
good.
He's
hell
gonna
yeah.
save it
Can
up.
I ask who this is?
We're honoring.
Yeah, what
Kevin.
the fuck
What's
is this?
this toy here?
Oh,
Whoa.
so glad you asked. Ecliptor. Okay, straight up.
Wait.
My favorite monster design of all time. They just put out this banging figure. And I had it, I meant to take it home, but it was sitting out there. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna display it. Maybe every now and then I'll put a cool fig out here.
Is that wasn't?
Maybe I got maybe next week it'll be RGB plug suit Mari and Asuka, maybe. But I thought this was too much, so I'm not going to put them out there today.
Is that you've been talking about Finster for like 2 months? Is that Finster?
Dude, no, what? You're joking, obviously, but Finster is the guy who makes the monsters out of clay. This is just a few seasons later.
I didn't know we
warrior.
were putting figs out on the table. Hold on.
Oh, you got figs?
Yeah, I got something here
Yeah,
myself.
by all means, let your freak flag fly. Yeah. Well,
Whoa.
Derek
So
has
just
the
as cool.
annoying
Actually,
no.
hold on.
okay.
Oh,
You don't need to
oh,
do
there you
that.
go. Knocked over
You don't
Rocco's
need to
toy.
do
I
that.
didn't mean to
Right.
knock it over,
Yeah.
but
I don't know about this
I guess
setup
an
here.
enemy has been felled.
Well, that
in
is the
battle.
annoying orange, huh?
Yeah.
Think about
I
it.
don't know.
That
I'm probably good on that, but thank you for kind of. It's cool to get involved.
I like Derek's better.
yeah, his has
Not a
like
competition.
multimedia.
If it was a
aspects.
competition,
They're both the same in my
I would vote
eyes.
for Derek's.
They're equally
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's fucked up. Oh, you reminded me about the fat guy.
Let's bring back a classic.
Thank you. Anyway,
Jesus Christ.
those of you who listen to the audio podcast will know that I did spill half of my coffee all over the carpet. That's what that was.
That's Sean's figure that he's showing today is a puddle.
But you see, did anyone see how I
collecting
caught it?
That was a
you
good
did.
catch.
Thank you.
I felt you wanted the coffee so bad. You worked so hard. Why?
I know.
How'd that happen?
No.
Yeah.
You're cursed,
It's a
bro.
shitty one-time use cup.
There's some more out there. You can get some
Yeah, you can
before
always
the after show.
on me, you can always at this HQ, you can always refill.
Yeah.
Thanks, dude.
fill it.
Rocco,
All right.
I interrupted you. What were you going to say?
It's probably something stupid.
He wasn't gonna say anything. He's always filled with good stories. In fact, I don't want to speak for you, but didn't you and Kevin and Johnny go to Knott's Berry Farm this
We
week?
did.
Wasn't it
Ooh.
Blueberry Fest?
No, not yet.
Redberry Fest.
Boysenberry Festival, but
Boysenberry
that's in
Festival.
weeks. That's not yet.
Oh,
We-
so
why
what
were
do you
you
guys
there?
go for?
We went up there actually, and maybe there's anything you want to add to this. We went. We're trying to. So we've had this show forever, Creepy Old Crypt, kind of a monthly podcast. It's not on the podcast services yet. Someday it will be. After maybe a decade or so, we'll get that up there. But soon, actually, we were working on that just the other day.
Yeah, can we say that I've been tirelessly working to get that actually on?
Yeah,
Like,
because I've never done it.
I'm real. Yeah, I was like,
Sean
Rocco,
is on
I'll
it.
do this for you. I do it with. I put Mega Strange up on iTunes and Spotify and all that, and I do it with our podcast. Like,
Yeah.
I could do another one. Just give it to me.
Just the audio
it's got
version.
the audio.
It's got
yeah.
a healthy little community on YouTube, but I always wanted to get it on there, and Shawn has helped. So thank you.
Well, I do think that a lot of people. I mean, you guys are watching, probably, on Twitch, or people watch on YouTube.
Yeah.
But a lot of people just listen while they're working,
Yeah.
or whatever, or driving.
yeah.
So, like, I think we got to cater to those people too. So,
There are those
Yeah.
hardcore, podcast heads that insist it has to be on a podcast service. I'm not listening
Yeah.
to
Dude,
YouTube
that's me.
video.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's me.
me too. Honestly,
I will
that's
listen,
me.
I will listen to a podcast on YouTube. What's the difference?
I
from-
just don't absorb it that way because my phone is like it can run podcast app in the background. YouTube won't run in the background of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're like
to
you're
leave the
on your
screen
you're
on.
on your phone while you're listening to a podcast?
No, but I want to turn my screen off and like not kill my battery because I'm not using it.
I
and-
see.
Yeah, I
I
listen
see,
to
I see.
when I use the podcast app. I keep that like kind of blaring on my phone. Sometimes I have it on while I'm like walking around here and putting stuff together. And YouTube, it's harder. But but all I was gonna say
Were
was
you gonna say something up there?
Garrett,
Oh,
we lost your mic, Garrett? What?
hold on.
You
Let's
just pissed off
pause.
YouTube.
All right,
We,
people.
we're talking about how good our podcast was, and now this is happening.
Okay, people at home. We're gonna we're gonna do some live technical difficulty adjustment.
Now I don't think anyone has spilled a large amount of liquid on
No,
anything.
Guys,
That mic isn't even near where I spelled
know.
the
guys, this is what you get
Nothing,
when you
Johnny,
have a
nothing,
live
check.
production. Shit
Back?
goes
Okay.
wrong.
I'm just not going to touch anything.
That's why people want a live production, to see stuff go wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, are we back? Can we get some tests? Can you say some words?
I wiggled some wires. I licked a couple diodes.
Nice.
I think we're good.
All right,
Yeah.
so we were talking about Creepy Old Crypt. By the
Oh,
way,
yeah.
is Johnny on every podcast that comes out of this building?
Well,
Man.
he joined for this one because what we did was we did one about Tombstone, Arizona, because we went to that. Would you call it a ghost town? Is that a ghost
Yeah.
town? Does that count?
I would call it Old West, Wild West town.
Yeah, we
Maybe
did an
haunted.
episode talking
I would say
about.
it's the most famous location, the most famous shootout in
Yeah.
Wild West history.
That's true.
And possibly the most famous town in Wild West history, Tombstone, Arizona.
That's right. So we did an episode talking about that, and also a couple other subjects that fell between the cracks. And we thought, well, the best place to record that, we're not going all the way back to Arizona, so let's record it. They have a replica of the Birdcage Theater
Oh.
in Knott's. So it's like, okay, we're going to talk about the actual Birdcage Theater. This isn't it. This is a fake one. But
How was it in
imagine
comparison? Because now you've done both recently. Is it close?
Less bullet holes in the Knott's one.
Yeah.
But it was funny because they weren't doing shows that day. We were like, well, where do we record this? And this will be out, I think, this coming week. But we were like, where do we record this? Like, it'd be cool if we could stand in front of the building, but there, there's like crowds of people outside. But they weren't doing shows that day, and they left the foyer of the theater open. So we just literally just set part of the fun of doing Creepy Old Crypt is we like to set the camera up where it's like, I don't think anyone's going to walk in here. We might get in trouble. Screw it. And we literally took over the foyer of the theater, set it up on the like ticket booth
I love
or whatever, and just hit record. And people were occasionally coming in to look at artwork, but then they're doing something in here. And everyone thinks you're official.
Right.
So they're like, oh, they're taping something in here. I'm not going to go in. Except for one family that did not notice anything at all, walked into our shot, and then after about 10 minutes was like, are we in the middle of something? Are you? And it's like, yeah, we're in front of a camera and we're all talking. Like they didn't see it, but anyway.
Yeah.
That adds to the fun, though.
It adds to the fun. But yeah, we just recorded. It was about Tombstone, and we recorded it there.
Going to the Real Birdcage Theater when we were on tour in Arizona, it felt like hallowed grounds.
Yeah.
To me. It felt like sacred grounds.
Yeah.
There was something about it that like, you know, the Wild West and Tombstone, Arizona is so violent. They literally do like shootouts every day because this town is known for shootouts and gunfights and people dying. And Boot Hill is there. Literally one of the most famous graveyards in the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So much death and misery in Tombstone, right? And then you have a theater. Like people performing Shakespeare.
Yeah.
People like as a theater kid, as somebody who grew up in the theater, this idea that like the thing that tamed all of these, some people say the Wild West was essentially like filled with serial killers.
Right.
Like, really, they're going around shooting each other. There's no law. It's wild.
Yeah.
The thing that tamed them was the theater. Being in there, I kind of lingered back when everybody else left, and I just really tried to imagine what it was like when they were performing stuff.
Yeah.
And we were all there.
It was cool, and it was funny because you walk onto the stage, right? It's kind of where the museum takes you, and like when you walk on these steps, it's like, oh, this is fucking old wood I'm standing. Like, you could just feel like
that
it
shit
give
was
a little
giving,
bit.
yeah.
It feels like, wow.
Sacred. Yeah, like who stepped on those planks?
Yeah.
Right. Wyatt Earp.
Yes, he
Actually,
actually
Curly
did.
Bill
Yes.
Brocious.
Yeah.
You know, and Doc Holliday. Like people we know from like 200 years later.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
it was
cool.
Yeah, it was kind of like a life-changing experience.
You know,
honestly.
it was. I loved it, and I hadn't seen the movie yet, and so like but it was that whole tour was full of stuff like that, where it's like we're eating lunch in what were we eat? What was it called? The place we ate lunch at?
the saloon there.
thing?
Yeah, the saloon.
talked
It
about
was
in
like
the thing. What was it called?
I don't know if it was the Gem. Was that it? Probably not.
I
Probably not.
forget.
Turkey
It was
Diner
one of-
or something.
One of two places that were open, and it was a weekend. The place was slammed.
Yeah. But it's like we're sitting there and like I didn't think I'd ever be here, let alone here right now. Like, how
Having
did we
a
get
steak.
here? Having a steak in this
Yeah.
old West saloon. We just saw bullet holes from Wyatt Earp's gun. Like, this is fucking cool. Like,
Yeah.
And you go next door, and it's a whole store of Let's Go Brandon merchandise. And you're like, I'm ready to get the fuck out of here.
We told all these different stories
get
about
outta
that in
here.
our Creepy Old Crypt show. So
That's true.
Look forward to that coming out.
We
But
bought the DVD in a gift shop and then
Yeah.
watched it.
Of Tombstone,
Well, here's the
You
thing.
found that finally.
I was searching Tombstone for the movie Tombstone because I
it was
hadn't
a
seen
quest.
it. It was a quest.
We wanted to watch it in
I
the
found
tour
it and
van.
bought it inside the OK Corral, which was
Yeah.
just perfect.
Yeah.
I even kept the little receipt on there or the little price tag that's like $19.99 OK Corral. I'm like, hell yeah, this.
There's
Most
probably
expensive
like
DVD
15 OK Corrals in Tombstone,
That's
Arizona.
true. That's true.
but
That's
we
true.
were at one of
Mine
them.
was at the real one. No, probably not.
Yeah. And then, Kevin, did we use the bathroom in Tombstone?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
Oh yeah, that
Real
shit house?
Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Real Cowboys. We left our mark. We claimed
A
our
lot of
territory.
people left their mark in that bathroom.
Yeah. You mean
Place
Wyatt
had a
Earp.
line.
I would have just pissed in the horse trough outside. Isn't that what they used to do? No, but so we talked about all that, and I'm trying to think of what else.
Well, I mean, what else was at Knott's? How was that?
Did
Did you ride anything when you were
Johnny
there?
went on a coaster he was scared of. But,
Oh, yeah.
He overcame and he was
Johnny
faced your fears?
Johnny
It looked
conquered your
legit
fear.
fun.
There's a roller coaster called Hang 10 that all day long, leading up to getting there, Johnny was seriously like, I'm going to do Nah, I need someone else to do it with. No,
Yeah, I couldn't.
no,
do
I'll do it.
I backed out. I was gonna like.
Yeah,
You
Kevin
backed out,
backed
Kevin?
out.
Yeah. I
Why?
backed out.
Kevin, do you not like roller coasters?
It depends. I can do. I've never gotten off a roller coaster and regretted it.
Yeah.
So I could.
But
probably
at
do anything.
Dollywood, you did the coasters with us, right?
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, he did. And those are crazy.
Those
coasters.
are crazy fucking coasters.
But this
wooden
Hang
one.
10 one, it's just a weird situation where you're standing kind of, right?
like Brothers
aren't you
Revenge?
standing?
Standing, kind of.
Oh.
Wait, hold on. Let's talk to the guy who wrote
that-
it.
that's
Let's
what-
talk to the guy
yeah.
who wrote it. Please describe this ride, Johnny.
Okay. Should I cut to my?
Yeah, cut to yourself.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. It is a. Oh, hello. It is a ride that goes almost 90 degrees.
Okay.
Up and down, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You go. It's similar to the one we went in Dollywood where you go up vertical.
Or the
Yeah.
Minecraft.
Oh,
And then they-
No, that thing was a nightmare.
It's
Yeah.
called Hang 10 because
loved it,
right before the
actually.
90-degree drop, they hold you.
For 10 seconds.
Yeah.
10
They
seconds.
hold you.
Oh.
That
Like,
sucks.
oh.
That's the
Toes
worst.
on the nose,
That's
baby.
the
Hang
worst.
10.
You remember when we used to ride Deja Vu in Six Flags?
Oh, yeah. That shit's scary.
back.
When they hold you like that, your body weight hits the harness, and then everything starts
Yeah.
going through your mind of like one bolt's gonna pop. Like every
Yeah.
Final Destination
Yeah.
movie
Yes.
you've ever seen starts
Yes.
replaying.
Weren't
in
you
your
saying
brain.
something like that, Johnny? You start to feel like this is going to hold on or.
Oh.
Going up vertically, you just feel like the coaster's gonna fall off. Like it's gonna detach.
Oh, my. Yes.
terrible.
Oh,
No,
fuck
dude.
that.
Maybe they build it to like kind of kink. Yeah.
There are coasters at bottom that the ramp up is so steep that you do wonder, like, what if it just let go? And there's like sometimes you look back and there's another coaster going up too, and it's like, dude, what if
all
like,
set.
Can I
into
share
them.
a story? And I may have shared this story on the podcast before, but a few years ago, maybe like 10 years ago, I went to a bachelor party in Las Vegas, and on our way, there's the Golden Nugget, the one on the border that has like the biggest
Terrible.
Oh, no, that's Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills.
That's
has
on
like
State
this,
Line, yeah.
Has this huge roller coaster, and
Yeah.
famously, like Lance Burton, the magician, like
Yeah.
did an escape where he tied himself to the roller coaster and
Yeah,
had to
yeah,
escape
yeah.
before it hit him.
Oh, fuck.
I'd seen this thing on TV. Me and all my friends had for the party, and we were like, we got to ride that thing. So we made a pit stop there, and it wasn't how we remembered it on TV. It was like one of those horror movies where,
Oh.
you know, like they pull the postcard away and the roller coaster's all rusted.
Oh.
And literally like the parking lot is abandoned and you hear some like rusty thing swaying in the wind somewhere.
Oh.
And we're like, oh, well, let's go in, see what's going on. We go into Buffalo Billiards, dead, abandoned. We're like
Right.
the only 5 guys in this whole casino.
oh my god.
But we go to the roller coaster thing and we're like, can we ride the roller coaster? And the guy's like, how many people do you have?
Oh,
5?
It's not running?
Well, here's the
around the
thing.
clock.
He says, it's running. You can ride it, but you don't have enough people because
Oh, my God.
if there's not enough weight on the roller coaster, it won't come back.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back.
It won't come
Where
back.
will it go?
and we saw the thing and we're like, hey guys, maybe this is for the best. Like the whole lead up to this was like, all right, let's get back with our trip. And as we're walking out, these 2 like 14-year-old girls run up. Are you trying to ride the roller coaster? Us too. And the guy's like, well, that's enough people.
No way.
And it was literally
See, that's scary because it's not operating. And he's like, I got to start her up, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you're in a ghost town to begin with.
No.
And so we're strapped in. And I remember the last thing before they kick us off is I'm reading a sign that's still rusted. It was like, this roller coaster was built on so-and-so date, 1996. And I'm just doing the math like,
Yeah.
oh my God, this thing's been here for like over 20 years.
And they
Like,
never
nobody ever
refurbished
rides
it once.
Yeah.
No.
I think I want to say either, I can't remember, either they finally committed to closing it or I think it might be undergoing a thing where they're like totally revitalizing that.
Because I
coaster
tried to
now.
go on that
Probably
coaster many
closed.
times, and it's always it was shut down.
I
It's
thought I
closed.
heard though that they were
Maybe-
like redoing it or something.
You know, maybe that guy was
Maybe
just
wrong.
fucking with you. Kind of like, you know, when you see those videos of like the slingshot ride that Kevin and Frank went on, and then a guy
Yeah.
was like, all right, buckle up. And then, oh, wait, what's that? And he throws like a nut and bolt
Yeah,
down and
yeah.
goes, oh, that shouldn't happen. And then he launches it.
Oh.
And the video is like,
That's
"Ah!"
fun.
I mean, that.
In a way, this was
Myths
like
like
an
that.
entire immersive experience from the parking lot being empty to like the casino. The animatronics are still running, but nobody's there.
Tumbleweed comes through the fucking lobby.
Yeah.
And then like the 2 girls are probably paid employees.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you need 2 more people to ride. Go now.
Yeah.
Go tell them.
You know, though, it is something because I'm so used to the Disneyland roller coaster, which is like, you know, so maintained. If
Top
there's
of the
one-
line.
Yeah, it's top of the line.
Yeah,
but then
it's running day and night. They're inspecting
you and
it.
I, Derek, we did that New York roller coaster for that video that one time in Vegas.
Yeah.
And that shit is not the same. Like you feel like this is swaying back and forth, and I don't trust this all the way. It's like a step above a fair ride. You know?
Yeah.
It's just
Not
a little
crazy mouse.
Yeah,
It's
it's
close.
it's not quite, but it's right there.
But I do want to say that same hotel, Buffalo Bills, and again, it's on State Line State line in Nevada before you get into Vegas. It's kind of
Yeah.
like if you're driving, hey, what? They're always kind of like, why don't you stay here? You know, you don't.
Well, here's
you don't
the-
need to do the rest of the drive.
Literally, I mean, it's called state line, but like
Yeah.
there is a line between California and Nevada, and it is right over that is a casino.
Yeah.
So you can gamble. The second you're able to, you can go there
Yeah.
if you want to.
Well, I was just going to say about the name of it is
Oh,
that
sorry.
my whole life it was State Line. And then like, back when they redid all that, they were like, no, now it's called Prim. And that was one of those things where it was like, yeah, I'm calling it State Line. You know what I mean? Like, you know how they
Prim.
change the names and stuff sometimes it does
that.
not stick.
No.
So I think they're just calling it State Line. It might still be Prim. I don't know. But anyway, they redid all that. I just wanted to say though that when they added all that, they added the roller coaster. There was another ride they added, and I just remember there's a river ride that goes outside and through the casino.
Wow.
And it's got bad animatronic settlers panning for gold. And guess what? They give you a gun to shoot them.
Really?
A 6-shooter. I don't know if they're still doing that, but in fact, I think they
doubt
might.
it.
I think they got rid of the gun thing, but you could still see targets on stuff or something like that. Again, I haven't been in there in a long time, but I just remember a defining moment in growing up and realizing how much I loved themed entertainment was going down that river, seeing these things going, howdy, partner, and then going into the casino. And what did you see coming up at the end of the river, coming up over the horizon?
The sun.
McDonald's. And I remember sitting there
the
going,
Golden Arches.
That was me going, man, I fucking love Las Vegas. This sums it up right here. Even though we're not technically in Vegas.
Yeah.
They spent all this money on this and then McDonald's. What the fuck is wrong with this city?
Yeah, it's all weird.
So that was one of those moments I was like, yeah.
Yeah, you know what really kills me about when we went to Dollywood was that one animatronic ride, the firefighter ride or whatever that was.
Yeah.
Rocco couldn't go on it because there was a couple parts that were pretty intense, and Rocco.
Well, he didn't know what
Right.
was
I
on the
wasn't
ride.
sure.
No, but
Yeah.
I think you should have gone. I think you would have liked it.
Some said that and some said the
you know,
opposite.
I just
don't
really,
know.
it really was like, okay, there's some shitty animatronics. We're all laughing at how bad this firefighter is and looks stupid. And then, oh my God, we're going so fast. Oh, stopped. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Slow again. And then it's like, it would just take you to like 30 miles an hour and then just stop. And then that was it. It's like, it was so
I would
short.
say it was
I just
less,
can't tell.
less intense than Pirates of the Caribbean. That the drop in Pirates, those 2 drops,
Those drops are
yeah.
big.
were more
Those-
intense than the fire.
Even
fire.
those, like I go on that all the time, but even that's at my threshold. I don't like drops. I really don't.
Yeah.
But I could do those and maybe.
Yeah, I just didn't want to, like, we just got there and that was the first ride we did. And it's like,
Yeah.
I would hate for it to ruin Rocco's whole day at Dollywood. We're never coming back here.
Yeah, the way I saw it, that's how I felt, and I was like, I'll hear about it from them, but right now I'm lined up for that cinnamon bread. So
I would
that was
love
my
to go back to
priority.
Dollywood.
I
There's
would
so
too.
many rides left to ride.
You know what? I was thinking about it. I follow Dollywood on Instagram now.
Wow.
It's
And-
opening up like today or tomorrow.
Dollywood is opening up?
Because they close seasonally, right?
Oh, I forgot they close.
I forgot that too.
It's
Damn.
not year round.
We were there
Wow.
for Christmas.
We were, and it was
so-
So
Such a
many
great time.
prayers
God.
left unanswered. I should go back.
yeah. There, I mean, that Aurora Borealis thing that they had, it was so
my God.
Dollywood ruled. The museum was so cool.
And on top of that, she tweeted the other day, a couple days ago. All right, this doesn't always happen. I'm in the parks today.
oh,
Find me.
Oh, come
Yeah.
find me. All right, Dolly, you asked for it.
All right,
Hold on.
Dolly, I'll find you.
I gotta get the Dolly call out here. We're gonna get Dolly. Get Dolly to come out.
oh shit!
Oh shit, Dolly. Oh, she hears it. Here she comes. We're gonna have a Dolly stampede.
Whoa!
All right, there she just showed up.
Johnny got me this buffalo collar from
That was at Knott's, right?
Knott's.
Yeah, that's great.
It also calls Dolly Parton.
It's a Dolly.
Oh, that's good to know.
So-
She'll probably watch the podcast at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah, sounds like a bass line to Jolene.
Yeah.
Oh my God! It definitely did.
Yep.
This is
It's so
Does
funny
this
how
work? Is a buffalo on its way here? I don't know.
It could be. I'm kind of
we walked into Dollywood, and I was ready to laugh at it a little bit, And by the end, I just had the best time and was in love with Dolly Parton. So it really got me. It really got me.
They just offered to pay all the tuition for all the employees.
I know,
too, and stuff
God,
like
because
that.
she's a
Yeah.
fucking saint. Oh, I love Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm more of a Biden guy.
It's one or the other.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's good. Dude,
Listen, I'm gonna shoot from the hip.
man,
I'll tell you.
I've been watching the Paralympics on NBC, which no one ever talks about the Paralympics. It should
Except
be
for you.
except for me. It
Yeah,
should
you
be
always do.
streamed everywhere. It's so awesome. The Paralympics fucking rule.
Is the Paralympics the same as the Special Olympics?
No.
Okay.
The Paralympics is people who are like, I mean, it's just different categories, different things. But I saw people who are like skiing down like severely steep mountains and they're blind and they have a guide going in front of them telling them when to turn left and right. And like, it's beyond inspiring. It's so crazy. It's awesome. There's people who are like, snowboarding with one leg and like all this shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's really cool. Anyways, it just ended, but next time, check it out. I was going somewhere with this. God damn it. You guys, I lost my train of
It
thought.
was NBC.
Well, on that
Oh,
note-
and NBC. Thank you.
Oh,
Got
go
it.
ahead.
Thank you. So anyways, watch the Paralympics, but the coverage is only like an hour a night, whereas the Olympics is like all day, every day.
course, yeah.
But this is like they barely show you anything. It kind of sucks, but like the sporting events are awesome. Anyways, I'm watching and it ends, and then all of a sudden it's Saturday Night Live. And I'm like, I have not seen Saturday Night
Oh,
Live
yeah.
on live television in a decade and a half, probably more.
Yeah.
Never stay up that late.
And it was a cold open of like Biden talking about how he's gonna.
Hey, man.
Was it the TikTok
Yes.
army? Yeah. Hey,
And-
I saw it too.
Did you
We
really?
were both
Oh,
watching it.
never
At
heard of
the,
this.
and we were
You
watching it
guys.
live.
I wonder,
last night.
did you finish the skit? Because I got
Oh, I
35
wasn't
seconds
paying
in and I was
attention.
like, off.
I
No,
was like
thank you.
scrolling Instagram and watching. Just put the TV on for background noise. I looked up and it was like the stupidest shit.
I was like, this is the cold open. This should be like your best stuff is like the first
Actually,
couple minutes.
I think that was like the first skit of. So that wasn't the cold open. That was like their opening skit.
Oh, even worse. Terrible.
But yeah, I mean, it was all about.
Sean is not impressed.
I think that the premise, now we're going to talk about SNL, everybody. I think the premise of that skit was good and people could do something funny with it, which is Biden is old and the people on TikTok are really young. And so he doesn't understand TikTok. So it's literally like President Biden talking to TikTokers. Okay, that's a setup. You could do comedy with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice
Yeah.
premise.
Well, they
That's it.
didn't. They didn't do comedy.
They chose not to.
They chose not to. I seriously got. I mean, I must have a minute and a half in. I was like, I cannot watch this. This is garbage.
I
You're
really
so mad
do
about the
like.
gas
There's
prices,
an
that's why.
I don't remember if she's from L.A. or not, but she'd play down here all the time, and she was on Doug Pound's show all the time. But Sarah Squirm is on that show now, and I really like her. Like she's been on Adult Swim a bunch of times
yeah.
and whatever, and then out of nowhere, oh by the way, I'm on SNL. It was like what just happened? That was a very surprising casting, but I think she's great. But yeah, the material is.
yeah.
Well, SNL is for, I think, people in high school, pretty much.
Yeah,
At least-
that really is like an
That's when I
aspiration
loved
in
it.
high school.
I
Yeah,
loved
yeah,
it too.
I loved reruns.
Talk about it all the time there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I was in
But
high
that also
school.
was like, I mean, everyone says it in their generation, but that was the golden years. I thought like when we were in high school, the cast was awesome, and I don't know.
When I liked SNL in high school, I looked back fondly on all generations.
Same.
Some better than others, but I felt like they were all different eras.
Because
Yeah.
I watched so much on Comedy Central
Yeah.
that was a rerun
Right.
of the 80s or
Yeah.
even like
Early
early
90s.
So,
90s.
I feel like people considered the early 90s with Sandler, Farley,
Yeah.
David Spade, and Kevin Nealon and all those people like the best, the
Jan
golden
Hooks.
age. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then like I really liked when I was watching Will Ferrell and Tim Meadows and Sherry O'Terry.
Chris Kattan.
And even a little later into the early 2000s as like the people after started coming in, like Chris Parnell and
Yeah.
Yeah.
And before that, it was like the Mike Myers, Dana Carvey,
yeah, exactly.
Phil Hartman.
And then
That was
even in
good.
the 80s, like Eddie Murphy and all. So like I watched
All that shit.
The early
Yeah.
70s too.
The
with
70s and 80s and
late
like all
70s.
those casts, like, yeah,
Early
going.
episodes.
I think it was just like when we were in high school, we loved Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, I do wonder if it's a Weird Al thing where everyone's favorite Weird Al album is the one when they were 12.
I think
Yeah.
it is. Because I think as I started getting older, I started thinking like, man, SNL's not good anymore. But then I'm just like, well, maybe I just am not a fan of SNL.
The only
Maybe
people
it's
I
me.
hear talking about SNL though are like old people, like boomers talking about it. Not like I don't hear any high schoolers talking about SNL.
They're
I mean,
like,
I guess
"Oh,
they
that
talk about
Pete Davidson."
Sean's
but-
been to enough young people's birthday parties in the past.
and I'm listening to
year.
all. I'm hanging with all high
Or
schoolers.
are they talking about? Oh,
I'm joking. I'm not. I don't
Oh,
really
gotcha,
do that.
gotcha.
No, yeah.
what do the high schoolers talk about?
Annoying Orange.
Oh, they're like
They just
they're
are way
way
into
into it.
that.
They're into
and
that channel.
Ray William Johnson, they just found him.
They
They're like
they just
into
found
it.
him.
they
yeah.
subscribe.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Definitely.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Do you know
High schoolers
the
are
Annoying
tapping
Orange character, the creator of it? Do you know where he started? You know, the effects that he did for that show. You know where he cut his teeth and learned all that?
Was it Thumb Wars?
No.
SpongeBob.
No. Easy. You would think that. That's a red herring. No.
Oh no.
Pimp My Ride. all those
Pimp My
transitions
Ride.
and weird. Remember the effects, dude? That's that guy.
He was
worked on it,
Exhibit's editor?
I think.
Personal editor to Exhibit. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
The
And then
annoying
he's like,
orange.
well, let me exhibit something else.
He was
some
the
other
annoying
talents.
editor.
Yeah.
I went
The
to
annoying editor.
And Exhibit was like, you're fired,
Yeah.
fool. Can't deal with you
He's
anymore.
like, you keep
Too
talking
annoying.
about oranges. And
Yeah.
He's like, yeah,
like, I'm gonna do my own thing.
something with this power.
When's the Exhibit gonna have his comeback? You know,
X to the Z?
You know, I read an interview with him where, did anybody read the Exhibit interview? I
I
listened
didn't. I
to,
did
no,
not.
he talked about, and I thought it was actually pretty interesting, where he said, he's like, my rap career is kind of blowing up and, I was getting bigger offers. Oh, and then it was like, do this festival and then do this thing. And then MTV came down the pipeline like, hey, host this show. Like, wouldn't that be, you could be kind of the lead guy on this thing. And he was like, yeah, I mean,
TV star.
yeah. He's like, well, yeah, add that to my roster. Sure.
Mogul.
And it's interesting. He said, he's like, I've had success, so I'm not complaining here, but I really thought that was going to go hand in hand with my music career. And instead, he's like, I did that show. And then when that show ended, it was like, all right, I'm going to do some concerts, some shows. And it was like, no.
Yeah.
It was
doesn't
like,
care
you're-
anymore.
Oh, you're the Pimp My Ride host.
He had changed his persona.
Isn't that interesting?
I've heard artists say you have to do what you want to do and practice what you want to do.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, if he wanted to be a musician, he probably should have been putting on albums because so much of his time was dedicated to Pimp My Ride as a hit show. He like cranked out 5 seasons of that. So.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So that's what he was saying. He's like in my mind, because 50 Cent's first big single In the Club, he's literally mentioning Exhibit being there with him. Like they all kind of viewed him as the same kind of protege or, whatever, with Dr. Dre and all of them. They were all buddies. And then, he did that show and it was like, no, your TV host Exhibit. Oh,
they should have had on the Super Bowl halftime show. Exhibit pulls up in a
That's what I
crazy
thought
ass
too.
car,
Oh, like a lowrider. Yes.
and just does a little bit. They brought 50 Cent in. Why
again,
not?
50 he name drops Exhibit in that song. He did it on the Super Bowl. He should have been right there. Like, hey, I'm right here.
When
It's
he was
me,
upside
Exhibit.
down.
Hi, it's me
Yeah.
on the couch.
Yeah.
I'm here.
I think I mentioned this before, but
Pimp My Super Bowl.
I know a couple people in LA who have run into Exhibit and who have all said the number one nicest celebrity they ever met was
that's
Exhibit.
good.
And one of them took a photo they were at a grocery store and the guy was like, hey, I'm really sorry. Is it bad if I ask for a picture? And he's like, only problem is I want to hold that orange juice because he had a like almost Costco sized orange juice. He's like, I'm showing that in the photo. Okay. And so the photo is Exhibit with this giant thing, orange juice going
X
Like-
to the Z.
He's
Now-
like- he wanted to do a funny pose. That was
I will say that you told me that story before, Rocco,
Yeah.
and I've used that. If ever I get a picture taken with someone, if someone asks for a picture, I always hold whatever's on the shelf next to me. I
Yeah.
hold like spray paint if I'm at Home Depot or whatever. I just grab something.
I've done that too. So Exhibit, you inspired us.
Out
Yeah.
the
Did
wild.
somebody mention orange juice?
Oh,
It just occurred to me why they call him annoying. I just got it 2 seconds ago.
I went to the gun range today.
Oh, you're back to the gun
I'm
range.
anti-gun, so I'm gonna.
I went to the gun range with my best friend, my BFF, John. Y'all remember John from version 6?
I was waiting to hear if there was a knee at the
Episode
end.
six
yeah.
version
I was
two.
waiting to hear if there was a
"Is
knee
it
at the
me?"
end. I was
And
like,
Johnny was like, "Oh fuck."
Oh, sorry. My
John.
other BFF. You can have more than one BFF.
That's true.
You're all my
Jordan.
BFFs.
Thank you.
Thank you.
They're all
In
my-
fact, anybody who's my F is automatically a BFF.
That's true.
in
you
my
guys
world.
are all my BEFs. I'll let you read between the lines on that.
Effing thank you.
This is the first time I've ever shot at the hostage target, which is the dude holding the hostage,
Yeah.
which was interesting. I went to, can I say the name of the store?
I mean,
Maybe I shouldn't.
Gun
It's
store.
fine. Yeah, it has discount in the name.
Okay.
And I think
Yeah.
they make their own targets.
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
So it was like
Do you
two
have to
really.
bring them to the?
No, you buy them there, and it was like two really lackadaisical people in the photo. So the guy who's doing the hostage taking has like a sideways cap on. He kind of looks like Jamie Kennedy from the early 2000s,
Yeah.
like in the New Guy, just.
Yeah.
And then the girl looks like she's not dead, but wishes she was.
Yeah.
Just.
You posted this picture on Instagram, Derek, and I just thought like, I mean, it's a picture, but you could sell it a little bit. Like you're the hostage. Be scared.
Yeah.
Like,
Come on.
I've been thinking about this all day, and I'm like,
Very
well, maybe
lackadaisical.
people, you don't want to shoot the girl in the target, but if you accidentally do, maybe her having like a shocked face does some psychological damage to you. Like,
Yeah, maybe.
why'd
They got
you shoot
research.
me? So she sounds like some days ago, like, you motherfucker.
Like,
Nah, I got shot
You
again.
fucking shot
I was
me
half
again.
dead anyway.
I was shooting. John had like this badass rifle. I don't know anything about guns. I can't tell you what kind of rifle it
What
was.
caliber? You know?
He does. He said he can't tell
Oh.
you.
I can't even
shit.
tell you. But the fucking
Can't tell you.
I shot the bullet, and next thing I know, my neck is on fire.
Whoa.
The fucking
Yeah,
casing.
yeah.
Whoa.
The fucking casing
Can we
hit,
get this?
hit my jacket and rolled into my neck and started
Wait.
burning me. I'm like dancing around on the fucking, and then it
Yeah.
left. I didn't even know it like left a mark. Can you see that?
Kevin, can you get that?
You see that?
Oh, whoa.
Damn, dude. Yeah,
What the fuck?
That made a mark.
The shell ejected right into your neck.
Yeah, it hit my jacket. It started burning my neck, and then I was like, "What the fuck?" And I couldn't find it. And then I like literally like opened up my jacket, and it was in my interior pocket.
Wow.
So
What if it
Damn.
burned a hole in your pocket?
that's what I was worried about. But
Damn, dude.
anyways,
Dangerous. You know, I'm starting
Yeah,
to think
I've
shooting
definitely-
guns is dangerous.
I've definitely heard of that, though. That's definitely a thing I've heard.
I did. I posted the target on my Instagram. You could see the women. The woman was saved.
You saved her.
Yeah.
He
Yes.
saved the damsel.
And I did some cosmetic adjustments to her, but nothing lethal.
Oh, okay. All right.
I just took care of
I took a-
problematic earring she had.
Hey, fix your face.
It took a little off the top.
I mean, but really though, put me on the hostage poster. I'll give you a scared face. Like,
What's that
she's-
like?
Like, ready? Like,
Yeah.
Kevin.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good. I would want
No.
to save you.
No, I would feel bad if I accidentally shot you if you had that face.
What
Yeah.
about if it was like this face? Like,
Oh,
Oh, poggers.
yeah,
That's
you'd
a good
want to
one.
shoot that guy.
Yeah.
You wouldn't
yeah,
feel
you-
bad.
Yeah, you shoot that guy.
So that's what I was. That was my Sunday. I did that right before I came here today.
that's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah,
Just rifle, no pistols.
rifle and then a Glock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and the sights were crooked on the Glock, so that's why I messed up. It's not my fault. But we'll go again. We'll go again.
You mentioned it was on your Instagram. You know, we don't always get in a minute. We got to do a couple plugs, but this is the pre-plug. This is
Oh,
plug preamble plug-gamble.
Mm-hmm.
But Derek's got an Instagram. What kind? You know,
We all have Instagram.
Yeah, we all have
Everybody
Instagrams.
does.
We're all gonna go. What's the general content you can expect to find? What's kind of where do you kind of what's your arena?
Where do you
think
live
you
in?
Kinda, yeah.
What's my approach to Instagram?
Yeah, where can they find you, and what are we gonna see if we go?
Believe it or not, I feel like I have a problem sharing that. I don't like to share
Yeah,
No.
things I'm up to.
you've
I
always
don't,
been that way.
I don't think I'm secretive. I think I have self-esteem issues, and I think
really?
nobody cares about what I'm doing.
Huh.
So I don't share it. But I do post it on my Instagram. So I post toys I'm making, music videos I'm creating, stuff about my motorcycle, the target from my shooting range.
Yeah.
I try to make funny jokes. I try to keep it interesting, but
Yeah.
it's stuff I feel like a dick just randomly, hey, look at this thing I made, everybody. But that's what I'll post on Instagram. That's
what it's for.
And be like, hey, look at this thing I made, everybody. So you can find me at Derek Acosta only.
That's very interesting. You bring that up, and maybe if this is a dumb observation, obviously. You could say it here and I won't be offended.
Okay.
But I remember even back in the day, first knowing you back in high school, I remember like I got my new video camera or whatever, and I would just film shit. I would just film us hanging out.
Yeah.
And I remember even then you'd be like, why don't we go make a video? Let's make a production. Why are you just filming us hanging out? You know what I mean? And I would be like, well, it's just fun to have that, And I remember thinking like, yeah, that's not Derek's style. He would rather present a thing, you know what I mean? Like, let's make something and present and say what we want to say through that rather than film me and what I'm doing today. Like we're out at the beach and we're doing, you know what I mean? Do you think that's an extension of the same thing?
Maybe. Yeah.
I mean, I always thought that was interesting though. That's how you feel like that's how you work.
I do feel like I want to make an effort
Yeah.
as a creative person, as an entertainer.
Yeah.
I do feel like I'm not inherently entertaining or inherently talented to the point where I can just sit here and just
you
fucking
being
go
here is whatever.
and like,
Yeah.
that's the show. I feel like I have to collect my thoughts and put in the effort and really orchestrate it. This is so dumb. This is so stupid. But when I was a kid, Sorry if this is boring.
No, I
No,
love
this is
really think
actually
this is great.
fascinating.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I want to
This is
go
good.
into this.
But one of
Keep
my
going.
lame pastimes I would do as a kid is I was obsessed with disposable cameras.
Yeah.
But I would never have anything interesting to take a photo
Totally.
of.
Yeah. I
Like,
feel you
and
on
I could
that.
never just take. Every time I felt like I just took a photo, it felt like a waste. It was something
Yeah.
stupid. So I would literally just take things around my room and pose them, and then photograph them. The stupidest shit, like all my pencils. I would organize all my pencils, almost like you remember those like hidden eye posters
Yes.
where it's just a
Yeah,
collage
yeah.
of a bunch
Magic
of random
eye.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Magic
magic eye. Well, not that's where you kind of like look and see the thing.
I know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
yeah.
It's like I
yeah.
Spy.
I
I
Spy.
Spy, yeah.
Yes.
I would kind of make I Spy collages. But not really. I would just like pose all my. I remember I showed my dad.
Oh no!
I was like, look at this photo I took. And it was a picture of like a fan, like an oscillating fan with like all my toys like lined up in front of it. And he was like, there's a picture of a fan. And I was like, yeah, but look how nice all the toys look. He's like, very nice. But
Yeah.
I don't know. So like, even when, I would just always had to like go extra and organize stuff. I couldn't just like, look at this picture. It had to be like
Yeah.
some
Curated.
effort I made. Yeah, curated. Thank you.
Yeah, I think with me, and this is going to sound in the other direction, and I'm not saying it's going to sound bad or good, but I've always been very into personalities when it comes to watching stuff, whether it be online or whatever. And I remember even back in the late 90s discovering Tom Green, being
Right.
really into his show. And of course, he had a really produced show. But then you go online and it's like, look at this holiday special he did in Canada like a couple years ago on public access. And it's just him sitting at a table just talking about bullshit. But I'm so dialed into Tom Green. I like that. He's a personality I enjoy.
Right.
That I could just watch him sit and talk about mashed potatoes for an hour. And again, I'm not saying that's good or bad, but I think that was kind of my background for stuff. It's like, no, you just film goofy shit. Someone will want to watch it, and I think I still have that kind of mentality on certain things. There's sometimes where I'll improvise or I'll do something that is kind of frankly boring, but I think back to shit that I watched like that, where it's like, this is one guy talking about one thing for this long. I like watching that. But, yeah.
When I see Tom Green do that stuff, my thought is, this is good, but what did he cut?
Yeah.
What are the bits that he filmed
Yeah.
that didn't make it? Because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know,
yeah.
it can't all be great.
Yeah. So anyway, it's just interesting. And I will also say too, I do also come from a background of my family was always taking home movies. Even my dad had reels and reels of film that his dad shot. That are like he would play on a projector.
Wow,
like,
that's
look,
wild.
Yeah, he's got footage from like first week Disneyland opened and stuff.
That's
I mean,
cool.
it's amazing. So I think I always had that in me where it was like, no, a video camera, like this is an awesome thing. Record all kinds of dumb shit. Although a lot of that they showed me was frankly very boring. But cool that we have it, whatever.
So that's my Instagram.
So that's your Instagram, Derek Acosta only. My Instagram name is Dr. Pock. Pretty much every platform I pick a username, I regret that username later because it's hard to spell. It should have just been like my name.
Rocco?
Go figure.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm Dr. Pock on there, DRPOQUE. And I would say on the main feed, I like to post stupid shit I pose next to. Today I found a mural at a mall that said, be kind, and it expected you to stand where the I in kind was, but I didn't do that.
Oh.
And it throws the whole thing off. So it looks like it feels like you're having a stroke looking at it. I don't know how to describe it.
I
but
read
just-
it like 8 times.
Yeah. Stuff like that. And then in my Instagram
Be
stories, it's
kind.
usually like, import figures and, food.
You do AMA kind of like, hey, I'm editing all night.
Yeah.
Ask me some questions.
I love doing
those
that
in
when
your
it's
stories.
like, I'm stuck here and this thing is going to be exporting for an hour. Yeah, I'll open that up.
I like those.
Yeah, and it's a nice format to do it because you get a million questions that you can attach to a piece of media. It's like, what are you listening to right now? Well, I'll screenshot my music player and there it is. It's easy to answer stuff. So anyway,
Yeah.
that's what you'll find on mine generally. What about you?
Well, it's Shawn Chatfield. That's easy.
Wow, you got the
mine
name.
is honestly, it's me and how much I love my family and
Oh, see.
I love my wife and kids. And this is my place. Like I honestly, like I talk about it on the podcast, but not really, kinda. And then Twitter, I mostly just have dumb observations or like, a picture I thought was funny. But like Instagram is kind of this like, if you follow me there, it's more just like, this is just me bragging about my kids can skateboard or whatever it may be.
You
know.
have various platforms to what level you will dad the most.
Yes, and Instagram
you're
is by
hard
far
dad.
the most.
The podcast, you bring it up. You talk about going to the birthday parties.
Sure.
Twitter, mostly jokes, occasionally a family thing. And then Instagram is the deepest part of the iceberg.
Yeah.
We are at the bottom of the dadberg.
This is me talking about, Gene and I have been married for 10 years and I love her so much. You know, because that's where I feel like it's the place for that for me. So if you want to know how much I love my family, which is a lot,
It's a good spot.
check me out on Instagram.
It's like reading Shawn's diary.
It is. Oh, wow. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Today, I went on a date with Jenny. Oh, I love her so much.
So much.
10 years together. No, wait, it's way longer than that.
Oh, well, yeah. It's more. We've been married for 10, so.
10 already since the wedding?
Almost more.
Dude, we're 10 and a half almost. Wow. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The great irony is I was clearing off memory cards a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Just we got to clear some of these off. And I popped 2 of them in that were like, oh yeah, these were in the cameras at Shawn's wedding.
It's all the raw footage from my wedding.
Yeah, and I'm like, Shawn, do you want this? You already have this footage, right? Do you want me to clear this off? Shawn's like, I don't have that footage.
1080
How, you
footage?
didn't have that? I had it in a container with my Wii memory card.
I mean, what really happened was I
it
had
all my
at one
game
point
saves.
I did have the footage, but I had a hard drive die on me.
Okay.
So I lost that footage.
Oh,
I
sorry.
thought forever. So
No, it was my
switcheroo.
Twilight Princess saves were on there.
yeah.
Anyway, okay, so Garrett, your Instagram.
Yeah, that's Garrett Hunter 64. I had to add the numbers. I couldn't get my.
You know what? That is so annoying, right?
Yeah.
That was happening to me on Twitter. I couldn't get my name, so I had to get Shawn Fatfield. Like, what? That's stupid.
And that's 2 R's, 2 T's.
Yeah.
But yeah, my brand. Okay. The
How much time you got?
the buzzwords associated with this, I want you to think exciting, new. My content is but it's mostly cat and dog stuff. It's like my pets.
It's your kids.
It's my home life. It's video game stuff. It's a lot of promotion. I mean, all of my social media primarily is for promotion. I mean, I came from a background where I didn't use LiveJournal, MySpace. The first thing I ever got social media was a Facebook.
Right.
And you didn't even use your name.
No,
You
and
used a
it was
different name.
just for business promotion, essentially,
Yeah.
my special effects makeup and stuff. And this kind of has carried over into, primarily just Twitter and Instagram. But it's for promotion. And then Instagram is the most other stuff where I like to, like Derek said, post stuff that I'm working on, like my motorcycle stuff. I just went live. Every once in a while, I'll do a live stream. And I was soldering shit in the garage,
Yeah,
on the
you're-
motorcycle.
You're explaining it pretty good, but I'd like to give everyone a sample. If you can you want to go to the close-up real quick? Here's a sample of what you'll find on Garrett's.
What is it?
I don't know.
What is
I
it?
saw a video of you doing this the other day where you were looking up in the
setting
camera.
up the thing. Is it his live video? Because I almost
That was
asked to join that.
Maybe it was cracking, but it was cracking me up when it came up on my feed.
Garrett was working in the garage doing something. I don't know what.
Yeah, but I think you were checking to see if it was live.
I was starting the video of me soldering on the motorcycle in
Okay.
the garage. Yeah.
I don't remember where I was, but I remember thinking I'm at the opposite kind of place where Garrett's at. I should join him live and have 2 very different places.
I love that. Ask to join. When some people are live streaming, I've accidentally done that. Yo, join.
Is that? Yeah. I
It's fun.
almost asked you to join.
It's honestly
You
fun
get to
doing that.
co-stream.
It works really well.
Yeah.
They take up the bottom half of the screen, and it actually the Instagram live is actually pretty good.
I watched
How's
people
that
do
motorcycle coming?
Good. I'm raising the handlebars, so I had to basically cut the wire harness in 2 places. And I'm in the process of raising. The way I sit on the thing was so uncomfortable.
Now,
Because my neck was so far back because the handlebars were in a sport mode. So I'm bringing them up
Ooh.
a
now
foot.
that gas is $10 a gallon,
Oh
are
my
you looking forward to riding
yeah.
your motorcycle?
Oh my God. I
Because
mean,
last time I talked to you, you said you were kind of fixing it up as a hobby, but not to be a main transportation vehicle.
yeah, definitely. And this again, I got it where I was happy with it. And then I found all these modifications I want to make.
Oh.
And now it's all right, that's more of the fun for me is doing the work on it.
Yeah.
So tearing it all down and doing all this work, I'm back in my element, having fun with it. As soon as it's done, I'm going to be all right,
But the
I'm done
fuel
again.
efficiency on a motorcycle is
Yeah.
like incredible compared to a car.
Oh yeah.
Like you can go 100 miles on like 4 gallons.
The
or something.
tank I welded is very small for what it used to be on that bike. That's got for such a big engine. That's a small tank on it now. So I'm almost scared because I don't have a fuel gauge either.
Well, I don't have a fuel gauge on my motorcycle. I just have an indicator light when it's low.
Do you have a? Oh, I don't have anything.
He has nothing. He has
The indicator light broke. I mean, the
He has
petcock's
his gut
like
to go with.
gone.
Damn.
Yeah. The sensor's not hooked up. It's like removed because I built the tank from scratch. So it doesn't work where it would normally be an indicator light. I've just drawn a question mark. So it's like gas.
That's
Fill it
like
up every day.
back in
Something you
the
have to
old days, Derek. You're like maybe your first car, that green whatever that was.
Yeah.
But yeah, the odometer broke, so you just wrote vroom on the
Oh, yeah.
how fast the speedometer.
Oh,
And I remember
yeah.
thinking it was so funny, and I think if I recall correctly, I could be wrong, but you got pulled over, and the cop was like, "Do you know how fast you're going?" Like, I really
Yeah, I was
don't.
like, nope.
I really. It says vroom there.
I was just talking to somebody about that the other day. My first car was a 94 GMC. Jimmy had an all digital dashboard. Everything was digital. And slowly over time, it started fading. Just it would get lighter.
The LCD.
Yeah, and I was talking about I miss the days when you could hit electronics to fix them. Because that's what I would do. I would start dimming and I'd be like, and it'd come back on.
Hell yeah.
But then after a while, I'd be fucking wailing on that thing and nothing. It was
It was
just
just shattered.
dead. So
Do you think it was just a fuse that?
probably? I don't know.
I mean, it's so funny.
No.
There's
I
so
was
many-
17. I was just beating the shit out of it.
That's the thing is there's so many times I did things with my first car and I thought like, oh, that was such an easy fix. I just decided not to fix. I didn't know what I was doing, but that would be like a $3 purchase. How I could, you know,
I was
Could have been.
yeah, I was
Could have
just
been.
dumb kid.
So yeah, the cop pulled me over. He's like, "Do you know how fast you're going?" I was like, "I actually don't." Like I'm all confident. Like I have an excuse. My dashboard is broken. It doesn't say it. He was like, "Well, you need to get that fixed." I was like, okay, touche.
Yeah.
You need to get that part figured
There's
out.
so much shit on my truck I need to get fixed because it's getting so old that stuff's falling apart. But I'm way more interested in, like adding more mods to the motorcycle.
Yeah.
Like I'm adding a backup camera. And
To your motorcycle, turn your head.
for one of the display, I'm adding like 2 displays up
Does
onto
your
the
motorcycle
handlebars.
drive in reverse?
No. the instead of having rear view mirrors, I want to just have a monitor
Okay, that's cool.
that's always on.
That's
That would make me sick,
futuristic.
I think.
That's
So, yeah.
futuristic.
So the bike is like very much inspired by 2 fictional bikes. The one from
Akira.
Akira and the one from Final Fantasy VII.
Garrett, if you're on like mountain roads
And
and,
it looks like
looking at
something
that
Dracula
monitor,
would ride.
I think I would throw up. Because it's like VR, but going backwards, it doesn't sync with what you're
No,
doing.
you're just glancing. You're just
Yeah.
glancing.
It's a reflection. It's what you'd see normally.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just
okay.
seeing if there's headlights coming up behind him.
Fair enough.
So with this whole project of like raising the handlebars up higher, I'm gonna put some extra monitor kind of like displays in.
Well,
It's gonna be sick.
we live in Southern California. If you don't live in Southern California, you don't know. We have the most expensive gas in America right now.
Oh, the memes are off the wall.
Yeah, I've been
crazy.
loving people on Twitter because everyone's feeling the hurt around the country, but very different than California. And I keep cracking up at the tweets that are like, "I never thought this day would come. Gas just went over $4 where I live," and I'm like, "Oh, I pray it will go
I
back
wish
to
it would
$4."
go back
here.
to
celebrate.
Oh, please go back.
$4.75 would be a fucking treat right now.
Yep, for us.
Has
But,
anyone
yep,
filled up?
by my
Yeah, I've filled
What
up.
was your total?
My total was 106.61 was the total.
I only have the
Shit.
the little 4-cylinder truck, you know.
Yeah.
So my total was 80, but I've never put
Mine-
that much.
I have a
80
10,
bucks
10
worth.
gallon tank in my car, and I've been trying to keep it filled. Like I don't want it to go down more than a quarter of a tank.
Yeah, because who knows what next week will bring?
Yeah, and it's probably like $35-$40 for a quarter of a tank every time I fill up.
yeah.
But you went over 100.
Yeah, I went over 100. And my gas tank, by the way, wasn't empty. It was like low, but it wasn't like that low.
Is that the V8?
I don't know what kind of car. It's a
Mustang?
Honda Pilot. No. But dude, and that was even like the most. I found like a cheaper gas. I think it was only like $5.59 where I got it, which is like
Only.
only.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for $5.50.
That's
around.
a
if I can find $5.59, okay, I'm getting gas here. I waited in line with Beckett at Costco for 45 minutes to
I
get
won't do
gas.
it.
I know, but
How
we
much
went
was
from,
it there?
It was $5.15, and that's how I waited that long for $5.15 gas.
I was gonna say actually, Costco has become more vital than ever here because the last time I filled up, now this was a little bit ago, I went there and miraculously it was like 4:30.
Whoa.
This was like maybe a week and a half ago, and I went and so that was like, oh yeah, got to do this here. But I couldn't this last time. I think we were heading up to do our Creepy Roll Crypt, and I just needed to fill up like half a tank, wherever it was. And that was like $60-$70. And I have an SUV too. But just half the tank was that much. I'm like, oh no. I haven't filled up a whole tank at the current prices. So this is what we do. We talk gas prices, guys.
Well, everyone's
This is what this
talking it.
podcast
I've
is
never
doing.
spent a Benjamin.
Pro tips.
Sean's there, man.
If you don't know the tricks, make sure your tires are inflated
Yeah.
properly.
Even if it's your first inflation.
Soggy tires eat gas.
Yeah.
Remember that. Take
Yeah.
all the unnecessary shit out of your car. Heavy cars use more gas to move.
Mm-hmm.
Stop.
Oh.
This one's going to sound crazy. Stop stepping on your brakes so damn much.
Mhm.
Every time you brake, you're wasting gas that you already spent. So
Yeah.
don't speed,
I've
don't
given
speed
up
so
on
much.
brakes.
Just coast.
Completely.
And when it comes to coasting, now here's the genius move. I read this one.
Oh yeah.
Try to drive 6 inches to the left or to the right of normal because roads have grooves worn into them from repeated treading. And if you could just get slightly off the edge out of that groove, you'll have more
Traction.
yeah, not traction, but same with like tires. You'll have like more support. The roads are a little bit harder there and your car will coast a little bit better.
There you go, guys. Pro tip. And also get like a Volt or a Tesla.
Yeah.
Get
Or
behind
ride,
your
yeah,
semi.
or ride a
I love
motorcycle
that
like me.
suggestion. Why don't you get an electric car?
Yeah.
They're really expensive. I don't know.
I've seen a couple people kind of have takes like that. They're like, well, told you electric cars are good. Yeah, I
never
wasn't
was
doubting
against
they
them.
were good. Yeah.
I agree with
Yeah,
you.
give me a Tesla. I'll tell you how great it is. But I'm not going to buy one.
Every fucking
you know
dumb
what?
advertisement for electric cars I see on TV, they say that they're not available outside of the Chevy website or the Ford website. It's like,
But they're
Listen to
good
this.
sites. Yeah.
How the fuck you charging up your electric car when electricity in San Diego costs twice as
Yeah,
much as it did two fucking months ago?
That happened
Yeah.
too.
That's
That
true.
happened
Electric bills went from $200 to $400 or
Yeah.
from $300 to $600. It's twice as much.
Got to go solar, bro.
So-
my whole solar install, I installed solar, I don't know how many years ago,
Let's
like
say 5.
5 years ago,
Yeah.
to knock out and basically like zero my bill, which
Yeah.
it did for the first year.
Wow. And now?
Essentially, it's like it is not on the roof. My fucking bill is just
Really?
what it was
Weren't you
5
feeding
years
into
ago.
the grid? So, dude, we're in.
Yeah.
There's a conspiracy theory. I know people who don't live in San Diego.
They've
don't
doubled
care.
the price
They
of
don't
the
give
fucking
this shit.
wattage that
Yeah.
they charge, you know?
It's insane.
And they've changed the hours so it's more during the day when you use.
All right, the people at home don't care.
No,
they
but
don't care.
This
They
is
don't
my
care.
thought.
Sorry,
though.
everybody. Sorry.
It's
We'll
fucked.
get to the plugs in a second. The plugs you care about in a second.
Yeah. Yeah,
but
about-
it really has like, it's the whole pandemic started with like, hey, we're all in this together. You know what? Landlords are saying rent, don't even worry about it. It's all good. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
Some
And, like,
landlords.
well, you know,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
for the most part, everything was like all peace, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And now we're in the so hard. We were nice to you for
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Absolutely.
And now we're just gonna fuck you forever because of what happened. That 2 weeks, we lost some money.
Yeah.
And
Son
I'm
of a
not gonna
bitch.
have that happen,
Yeah.
Dude, I know what we should do. I think it's time for a Derek Acosta for president moment.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Listen up, America. Here's the problem. World's been fucked. The economy's been fucked. People don't want to get back to work. People are quitting their jobs. Well, I hear a lot of boomers upset about this. I hear a lot of old people saying, well, people need to get back to work. We're going to get the economy rebooted. I agree. Here's the solution. We're going to temporarily extend the retirement age from 65 to 75. We're going to let the boomers work this shit off.
Yeah,
We
it's
need
their
to-
problem.
We need to recover from the past 2 years of pandemic and the economy hurting. We're going to let this happen. How old am I? We're going to let this go on for about 15 years.
Yeah, all right.
Then we're going to roll it back to 65.
Back down.
And that should put us all back on course.
Yeah.
The old people are the ones who have all the money, and the old people are the ones who are complaining so much about people not getting back to work.
Yeah.
I can kill two birds with one stone.
That's right.
Easy.
We're going to move retirement back a few years.
We're gonna make
Right.
them work.
Squeaky wheel
And then we're
gets
gonna
the
yell
grease.
at them.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I'm
yell
down
at
to yell at
them.
them.
Yeah. And be like, why aren't you working? What's
Yeah.
happening here?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask them why they're not buying houses now. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Ask them why they're not going to chain restaurants.
Yeah, why aren't you going to
Actually,
Applebee's?
I'm just kidding. They all are. But anyway, yeah.
Okay,
I think
Jared,
that sounds like a
got my
sound.
vote.
We're not going to pay these old people to sit at home and not work.
But don't worry.
Retirement? No.
Yeah.
We're getting out of a pandemic. There's no retirement.
And just for them only, we will not raise the minimum wage. It will be low.
Yeah.
Like they wanted it to be, because that's what they asked for.
That's
You're
what
getting
they
paid
asked
the
for.
same shit you got paid when you were 35.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what you get paid.
Suck on it.
For everyone else who's younger than you, it's higher. It's $15 an hour. But for you, you get what you want.
You go
'Cause I
back to
know I want you to be happy.
1962.
Yeah.
All right. We figured it out.
All right.
I feel good.
That's a good
We're all on
plan.
board.
Well, speaking of business and commerce, I do think it's time. I'm about half hour overdue for these plugs. So
Sure.
I'm going to just finally get to it. Shop.mega64.com. I can't thank you enough. Whoever designed it. I'm just kidding. We did. But actually, no, before we even get to that, I want to say thanks again to Tenga.
Yes.
Let's tell them, let's say it up front. Tenga, thank you for your sponsorship and for the pleasures you've brought us adults here, just like you'll do that for the audience as well. And I can't thank you enough. I've thanked you several times in my own way. But go pick up some stuff from Tenga. If you're 18 and up and you want to treat yourself, go to the link below, enter the offer code Mega64. You're going to save 15%. You're sponsoring the show. You can't beat it. Well, you can beat it, and they'll help you. Tenga, go check it out. I think I do pretty good on these plugs.
You
I
do.
think you
I
nailed
find
it.
You
You
do.
find
I
a way.
find a way. I'm finding my way through. But find your way to shop.mega64.com because we got the best merch that you're gonna wear and well, you could wear Tenga stuff too.
Well, you know what though? If you
But-
wear a Mega64 shirt and use a Tenga product, you can masturbate and look good while doing it.
Why do you
Okay.
keep bringing
He
up
just-
masturbation?
I
don't
think
know why
I walked
you're
that line
sullying.
really well,
You
and then he'll go, guys, if you're gonna
keep
jack
talking
off until you
They
come."
literally sold a hat that you bought that said
I
masturbate
know,
better.
But
Yeah, but
I
it's so
think,
technical
but I
when you
think
say
I
it.
walked the
Talking
line where the
about.
algorithm's still gonna like the podcast. Everyone
Yeah.
everyone's happy, and then you take it to a place.
yeah.
You're like a
Nobody wants to
science
hear about
teacher.
masturbation. You're always trying to shoehorn this topic in.
Yeah, I walk the line.
Oh,
In the words
that's my
of-
finish
in the words
line.
of Elvis
I just
Presley.
You're so
bust right
clinical.
through that line.
Ew.
Yeah. Well, if you want to bust, go to Tenga. But if you want to wear something stylish, go to shop.mega64.com. This last Friday, we did a rare drop, a restock. We had a bunch of variations on the Mega64 logo in some form. So we had the Sexy 64 shirt, the DLC style logo shirt, Internet Soldiers, and kind of this goopy looking one. These are all from Mega64 Day last year. We had just a few left in our warehouse. We're clearing them out. So they're coming down any minute. If you wanted one, they went up on Friday. So get whatever's left. But we like to do a 64-hour special every week
Yes.
where we have a shirt that's only around for 64 hours. And we had a big revelation on the show recently.
It was on
Yeah.
the Olympic board game stream.
Yes.
And I felt terrible about this revelation. Can I be real about that?
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
wanna-
you felt bad?
I don't want to take over your plug because you were
No.
doing a great. You're on a roll. But
Well, you're going to talk about jacking off? Sexually orgasming? Is that what you...
Sexual
As long as you
stuff.
don't do that, you're good. That's all I'm saying.
okay, well, it won't be about that.
Okay.
We were doing the Olympic board game stream, and I was talking about we had the Tower long sleeve shirt, which I think is incredible. And I mentioned, oh, that's Johnny's first time on a shirt. Like, congratulations, Johnny. And Kevin just kind of offhand mentioned, oh, I've never been on a shirt. And it was just like, what?
Never had.
That can't be right. And then I thought about it, and it's like, oh my God, Kevin, who we've known for forever,
How has he never
has
been on?
never been on a shirt. Kevin
Yeah.
shipped almost all of the shirts, and he's never been on one of them.
That's insane.
That's
So-
fucked up. We let him down, and we let all of you down.
Yeah.
As well.
So we are attempting tonight to make amends. The new the Kevin shirt is now available.
Oh, yeah.
Not only does it makes it very clear what the shirt is, and there he is.
There he
and
is.
then
Hold on. We got to get Kevin's reaction. He's never seen
Oh
this
yeah,
shirt.
Kevin's never seen
Kevin's
this.
never seen this.
Kevin, can we get your thoughts?
Pot that mic up.
That's great.
Okay, he likes it.
He
All
says
right.
it's
I like it.
great.
I
He
hadn't
laughed.
seen that until now. I just stood in front of a green screen, and then the product's good.
Can I see
Okay,
that
Kevin
again, Johnny?
approved.
Yeah, show that again.
Kevin approved.
The Kevin,
Kevin, did you notice the quote on back?
Yeah. Now here's the beautiful thing about that. What shirt has ever told you who was the person who shipped out the shirt?
Yeah.
This is This is revolutionary.
You know, Kevin is smiling, but I don't think he realizes we just signed him up for a lot of work.
Yeah.
Because he's going to have to ship all these shirts or else the shirt would be a lie. So,
So he has to ship it.
I'm looking
No
at the
help
number.
from me.
Yeah,
It's looking like
we're not allowed to help.
10,000
No help from
10,000
me
units.
today, Kev.
Oh,
That's gonna fill.
it's gonna be a
I
long
shipped
weekend.
this shirt, has never once been on a shirt, but it's the person who shipped that shirt. And now no one will have any questions about the shirt.
I'm not
Yeah.
folding.
You know
I'm
where
not-
it came from and who it goes to. You know,
Yeah.
so it's there.
So please order that now.
And then can I beat Shawn to the punch before
Yes.
he gets to where
Yeah.
he's inevitably going?
Yeah.
It has a picture of Kevin if you need something to masturbate
I would
to.
never say that.
If
Yeah.
you need to crank one off until you
Yeah, and it's a good
one
it's a good
out.
absorbent cloth if you need to
oh
clean
my
up the
God.
crime scene.
That is
don't
not.
you know.
Don't use it for that.
you were act like you weren't gonna go there. Okay.
I wasn't.
Kevin, if you want us to cut that out on Tuesday, we'll do it. Let me ask. I got a question for Johnny now. Johnny, when we were getting Kevin's reaction to the shirt, you weren't cutting to the shirt. Did we lose sound?
Oh no, we're all.
Oh,
good.
we were fine. There was a curse on our equipment. Johnny, thank you so much for getting all this dialed in. Did it not show up there? No.
It
For a
showed up.
second, while he was talking about it, we weren't showing it, and I thought, oh, maybe he doesn't want to lose the audio. We had a thing happening where anytime we would show an image of something, the audio would all go away.
I know that was crazy.
But I think we solved that.
I think so too.
Nah,
Johnny.
you know, we solved it for now.
As always, Johnny, thank you for once again solving the great mysteries.
No
of some of this
problem.
stuff here.
the mysteries are
but-
solvent.
Yeah.
I did have one more thing I wanted to say.
Okay.
A couple real quick. Also check out patreon.com/mega64 because, dude, last night I was working on a different project and found totally out of nowhere, found an intro video made for PAX East in like 2014 or something
Oh,
like that.
that's old.
That was the most cracked out thing I've ever watched. I was like, this opened our panel. To say it's multifaceted is an understatement. There was no, it's like top 10 PAX moments and it's all like restaurant fights. And then it goes to I'm blue, dabba dee, dabba die. And then it's the Ray William Johnson thing. And
Wow.
then Osama is dead rap song. And that, I mean, it was like, yo, what is, and then it goes to our Ghostbusters thing.
Oh.
It was like, yo, if I was sitting through this panel, I'd be like, what the
forgot.
fuck did I just sit down for? So anyway, it's in the vault. We do this thing called the vault on our Patreon where we put out like unreleased stuff. It's in there now. So check that out on our Patreon. And then last thing, I got a whole Gundam outfit I didn't get to show. So I wanted to show this off. I don't know because we're behind this thing.
Okay.
So I got this. I got Gundam pants. Check it out. Can you see it?
Can you turn so that your crotch is actually in Sean's
can't
face?
see the-
Why don't we
no,
put left leg up, right leg
Well, no,
down?
because there's no.
There we
sorry,
go.
There's no
There
patch
we
on
go.
this one.
There we go. Yeah,
But
nice.
now you're thinking what about the socks?
Hey
You're
Sean,
wearing
does it
those.
have does it have the new car smell?
I did the best I could do with the socks.
You're wearing
they
those
are,
baggy.
they're fuzzy now. They're Evangelion socks. But look at Garrett, I want to show you this. Look at this patch right here. Right on the thing, it
Can't
says
see
you
it.
are not alone.
That's
Your
a
sh- Your
patch.
shoes look
Right
a
there,
little.
right there.
That's embroidered.
Yeah.
Your shoes look brand new. What are the shoes?
Oh, those are the Black Ranger Mastodon
Wait,
dinosaur.
wait.
But that I wasn't going to go into.
Is that a Pitman's beanie?
What? Pitzman's, yeah. Favorite
Pitzman's mustard?
It's my favorite mustard.
Damn.
Hold on, I got something to add to that.
The drip is unreal.
You see Wasabi? At first I was going to say what's up, but he didn't say what's
Oh, he
up.
took a little twist there.
That's fine.
Well, if show and tell, I have something to show actually because
Okay.
I saw a movie.
We're going to show the movie?
I saw a Batman movie, and I got a figure for it.
Oh,
Wait. You got a.
what
Oh.
is that?
Is that Klaus? Klaus?
Oh,
They finally did
Nosferatu.
figures for this movie. You know, it took a while.
That was a twist. I thought it was Batman.
I kept waiting for merch
Thanks.
from this thing. It's been 100 years and I wouldn't put it out. I'm glad it did.
He glows in the
That's
dark.
cool, actually. That looks.
I know this is cool. No, I did watch Werner Herzog's Nosferatu. I watched it last night.
Shadow.
Is it-
Oh,
is this a
Nosferatu
newer
the
thing?
Vampire.
Vampire, yeah, the
That's
Vampire.
so, dude. I was googling this this morning to see where to watch it, and
I
found
watched it
that
last night.
It's like
on-
free on every service.
It's on Hulu. Yeah, that's where
Yeah.
I watched it. It was awesome.
It's on YouTube for free too.
I really enjoyed it. Klaus Kinski plays Nosferatu. And it was a vibe. It was very gothic.
1979.
Damn,
Yeah,
dude.
I'm glad you popped for that. Yeah,
That's so
me and
funny.
Garrett.
I was looking at, I Googled that this morning. I was like, I haven't seen this in about 20 years. So
Yeah.
you enjoyed it because I haven't seen it since high school.
I watched it in high school too. I had a German teacher who played it in German class.
We're like on this wavelength
You guys
right
are
now,
soulmates.
Derek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did enjoy it. Now, honestly, it's an older movie and it's very slow. So I fell asleep for like the last 30 minutes, but I woke up and rewound it and rewatched it.
The
Make sure
opening of all those dolls and everything is so fucking creepy. It's good. Yeah, it's a
So
good
I
one.
recommend, and Garrett apparently recommends it too.
I'm going to watch it this weekend because I just went and literally Googled it and I plan to watch it. now.
Nosferatu the Vampire.
Yeah.
Isn't there a new Nosferatu thing coming soon? And like Willem Dafoe is in it or something?
That already happened.
That it did?
Yeah.
Well, he was in Shadow of the Vampire,
That's,
right?
I thought there was a new thing coming out. I could be wrong.
I think William Dafoe plays the Klaus Kinski character and it's Shadow of the Vampire about the making of the movie we're talking
Maybe that's
about.
what it is.
But I think
Yeah.
they're doing like the 20s one. Because this is a remake of a 1920s
Of the
movie.
1921. Yeah, yeah. And the Defoe one is about the 20s one. True.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Check it out. I recommend it to everybody, actually. Check it out. And it's kind of put me in a kick for just vampire movies in general. I think I want to start watching some of those. And I want to go back and watch The Batman again in theaters. Because as you saw last week, I didn't see it. I dreamed it
Yeah.
in the IMAX dome.
I wanted to see if you saw it a second time.
Not yet,
yet.
because I got to carve out my schedule. But I will, because I love the movie.
I was going to say, though, I went into last week after hearing everyone praise it. I was like, I'm going to get fucking bodied in the comments on what I had to say about it. But surprisingly, people were really cool about it. You know, sometimes you bring stuff up and it's like, yikes, I should have kept that to myself. But no, I was surprised how many people were like, oh, I hear you. I mean, I loved it, but I hear you. I was like, oh, okay. Great, thanks. But I did want to say, though, I'm going to watch it again. It's going to, you were right, Derek, about the streaming date. It's going to be like mid-April.
Well, that's soon.
I'll watch it. When it comes out on that, I'll watch it again. Because I did want to point out I was also thinking back to like, I remember when the Dark Knight came out, and I love that movie. But I remember when that came out, even, I had a lot of critical things to say about it. And I even remember like, going to that screening. I think we saw it at kind of an early screening that I think where Eric worked at the time, he got access to it or something like that. And it was kind of a fucked up theater. And I thought to
remember
myself,
that
I was
theater.
like, you know what? This was a fucked up theater too. And when I watched Dark Knight again, I liked it a lot more. So I'll watch it again when it comes to streaming.
Yeah.
I could watch it safely in my home instead of people with as I mentioned, the cell phone lights going like that. So, you know, every now and then something like that will subconsciously take away from something for me.
Yeah.
And so, you know, maybe that was a factor too. I'll watch it again. I'll let you know in a month.
All right. So there you have it, folks at home. You Rocco haters, hold your tongue.
Yeah.
And give him until April 19th when he will give it a proper review.
No, I'm going to watch it on 420.
A home viewing
what is
on
it? Is he a
420.
bad or am I?
That's
no,
right up your alley.
The one thing that I did think was funny, I did get a couple, you know, hater comments that were like, that seriously, this cracked me up. They were like, he's complaining about the movie being too long. He likes, I'm trying to think of another long movie.
Snyder Cut.
Dune.
Yeah, I don't like the Snyder
The
Cut.
Godfather.
You know,
Like-
yeah, stuff like that. Guy watches Godfather 10 times a day. He's complaining about it being too long. And that cracks me up because I didn't think the Batman was too long. And I don't know if I made it sound that way, but I actually didn't. I know a lot of people had that thought, but I actually thought it was
Too miserable.
not paced bad. I didn't think. I thought I was gonna by the end be like, oh my god, wrap it up, but I really wasn't. So I don't think I said that. If I did, sorry. Anyway,
Okay. All right.
yeah. I don't think I watched anything. We watched for Movie Club on our Patreon. We watched the Final Countdown,
yeah.
kind of a cult movie.
Is that
cult
up yet?
classic.
Is that out
On
Patreon?
I think that's out tonight.
Okay. Well, buckle
Yeah,
up.
sorry about that. I don't know.
I'll forgive you.
I think it's out tonight.
Okay.
But
The
aside from that,
Final Countdown. The Final Countdown. No, you've never heard of this movie. So hear what we have to say about it.
some people have.
I mean, we pretty much reenact it for
Who
you.
stars?
We do.
If
That's
you've
true.
never seen it,
That's a good point.
it's Charlie Sheen. No, Martin Sheen and
Martin.
Kirk Douglas.
Really?
1980. The Final
Wow.
Countdown.
Yeah, I cannot place this film
No.
at all.
No.
Not at all.
It's wild.
Hell yeah.
It's pretty Oh,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. It's
excited
so
to
good.
It was not what I expected it to be.
Yeah.
I'm excited
Well,
for
can
movie
I tell
club.
a quick story? And this story happened to me like a couple weeks ago, but I've been meaning to tell it. And this isn't
Yeah.
about the final countdown, but I just want to end. I just feel like I want to say this out loud. I have to cop to it.
Okay.
Oh,
This is something that I did.
we're ending with this though.
We can't, yeah, if you want
Oh,
to.
okay.
Yeah.
It's not even that good of a
It's getting
story,
late.
but I just want to get it out there.
We're ending after. Okay, got it.
I went to, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of I think it's called a pump track. You guys ever heard of pump track for skateboarding?
Oh, you told me about these. I did not know these existed.
What it is, it's a skate park, but it's not like ramps and like grinding things. It is just like little hills, a pathway, little hills, and then a sharp turn and pathway, little hills. And it's kind of like it's a track that you use on your skateboard, and you're supposed to push off once and then get enough speed going up and down the little hills to be able
You
to
pump
propel yourself
with your
pump
legs.
with your legs all the way around and through. Yeah, my friend who lives in Portland told me about it. He went to one. I was like, that's sick. And he's like, they might have one in San Diego. And I Googled it, and there was one like 20 minutes from here. So I went there. I'm like, I'm going to check this out. Like, this is fucking cool.
Get my pump on.
So I went there, and then every time I go to a skate park, I get intimidated because I'm not very good at skating. I can skate around okay, but I can't do tricks. And so then I am looking at these people, and they're fucking phenomenal. They're really good at this fucking pump track. I'm like, well, this doesn't look too hard. I could probably do it. So I kind of get in line, but I'm like really nervous. Like, I'm just I'm gonna mess this up. And I went probably 2 pumps, and then I fell, and everyone saw, and I was like, okay.
They
And
saw you
I
fall?
wanted to leave at that moment, but I was like, no, like I'm here. I drove it. I'm gonna fucking do this. I'm gonna try it. So I got back in line. These people are going around. This one dude is like going around like it's nothing. He's like jumping across tracks, and
He's catching air?
Yes, and he's also like sweeping at the same time. Make sure there's no rocks on the path because it's kind of like dirt around the pump track. It's like dirt and bushes.
So he's
through the track.
maintaining.
Yeah, as while he's doing it. It's fucking crazy. So I end up doing it. I don't know for 20 minutes, and I clearly suck, and everyone sees me suck, and I'm falling, and I look stupid. And it's like, okay, like I clearly can't do this.
So you come
whatever.
up in the rotation
Yeah,
every...
and I keep doing it. People keep watching me fall and suck. But I'm like, well, okay.
And then you get out of the way
And no
for
one's
them.
talking to me. I'm kind of make jokes like, oh, well, maybe I'll get it next time. And they don't say anything. Shit.
You're talking to yourself?
I'm talking to them, but they don't really care. Or, they're doing their own thing. They have
no.
their AirPods in. They don't give a fuck about me. Except for I'm in their way. So then I am like, okay, I'm gonna leave. And I grab my keys and I pull up. I have a little carabiner that has my keys on it. And I realized that my car key has fallen off somewhere on this track. I think. I don't know. I have like my house key and stuff still on there, but the key that I need to leave this hellhole is gone. And so I'm thinking like, okay, it's between here and the car. So like I looked like I traced my steps back to the car. And I'm like, yeah, there's no key here. Okay, so it's in that track somewhere. But in order for me to look, I have to like stop people from skating and be like, hey, everyone.
Remember me?
1 second. I'm looking in the bushes for my fucking key. So I like, I do the thing where I start like, I'm gonna keep skating and maybe I'll like see a shimmer. I'll like look around like, and so I'm like, I can't. So I have to get up, get off the thing and start looking. And I have to tell the person behind me, hey dude, hold on 1 second. I gotta find my key. And he's like, oh, okay, we'll help you. I'm like, oh, that's okay. Just give me a second. He's like, no. And he stops the entire park from skating. It's like, hey, this guy lost his key. And then every skater gets off their board and starts digging through bushes to help find my key. And like, this is for the record, this car key is my only car key I have for this car. And this is the car
Is this the one that you flew out of town and had to mail back?
I took Jenny's car. This is Jenny's car key.
On tour.
I took the car key she needs to get all the kids. I took it with me to Arizona. And I had to mail it back to her.
I remember I was sitting next to Shawn in the tour van when he had that revelation, and to say turn white is an understatement. This guy turned clear.
Yeah.
It was a.
So this is
I have the car keys and she needs these, and I'm in Arizona.
So now you've lost it in the bushes at a pump track.
I lost it.
20 minutes from your
I
house.
don't. I have to maybe call a tow truck to get me home, and then I have to find a place that will make a new car key for me. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm so beyond fucked. And so there's like 15, 20 minutes of every skater looking, and then a dude's like, hey, bro, and he's holding my fucking key.
Oh, the bros have it.
Found it. And I was like, oh my God.
What a good community of
Thank
skaters.
you. Oh, thank you. I'm like, thank you, everyone. Thank God. I'm going to leave. I'm embarrassed enough. Like whatever, making these dumb jokes. And he gives me the key. I'm like, dude, thank you so much. And I go for a fist bump and he doesn't see it. And I'm just left hanging this. And I'm just
Worst feeling in the
I'm
world.
just hanging there. And every other skater sees it. And I go, this about sums it up. All right, I'm going to go. And I left and I vowed to never go back to the pump track. So
Oh,
You gotta
wow.
go back.
You
Were they
could
like
go.
teenagers
You
and
were
stuff?
on the wrong wavelength. You could go back.
It didn't work out. What was that, Kevin?
Were they all younger? Were you like the old
No,
guy
there was
or-
old guys, young guys,
Okay.
kids. It was a mix of everyone, and I was just the worst. And I made everyone stop and find my key for me, and I got. I was left hanging like a real chump. Anyways, that's my story that I wanted to get out there and just say it publicly, so I feel better about it. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm holding on to it. I have to release it.
Let me add one thing to it that I think you're holding back.
Okay.
You got the key back, you drove home, and then you took your penis out. And then you sexually jacking off.
What
Rocco's joking,
what,
but
Whoa.
what I really did was I drove straight to a key place and made a new key. And it cost me $170, and I gladly paid it to have a
So-
spare key for this fucking car.
Let me reword that for you. You got
Yeah, you got fucked. You had to buy the chip and the special key.
Yeah, I did. Anyways,
I
that's
feel like I just died listening to that story.
Sorry.
So
Yeah,
cringy.
it was cringy.
With the like guy who was holding our box hostage and like all these dudes at the skate park.
Yeah.
The
What a
cop in
week.
Boston.
Yeah, I've
the
just-
guy in Scotland. Like you get on the wrong wavelength with
Yeah.
other people, and then you guys are like out of sync.
I just find myself in weird situations. I think we all do.
Yeah.
But for me, the way I release it and feel better about it is by I talk about it on the podcast. And I
Yeah.
feel like if I
Yeah.
do that, then it's like not my problem anymore.
you're describing
now it's
therapy.
a joke. Yeah. Well, now it's Now it's just like now everyone's laughing at it with me, so we're all good. It's all fine.
Yeah.
This is group therapy every
Yeah.
night.
Anyways,
On a hot Wednesday.
thank you for hearing me out, everyone.
Well, thank you everyone for watching this week. Hey, before we go, I want to give a shout out. We got a brand new Blu-ray collection coming out this coming Friday.
That's right.
March 18th. The Mega64 Last Laugh Tour Blu-ray is coming out. And we also announced this week, you'll be able to pick up the Blu-ray if you just want that. We're also going to have a bundle with a whole bunch of stuff from it's as if you went to the live tour
Last
itself.
chance.
And the poster is signed and all that stuff. So all of that's going to go up this Friday. We're also going to put out, we have a very limited amount left of the shirt that we had on
the tour shirt, yeah.
That'll go up that night too. But yeah, anyway, all that stuff is releasing this Friday. Thursday night, typically that's when I do my stream. I do a stream called Future Probe every Thursday night about 7 p.m. Pacific. I'm going to do that again this week, but it'll go a little longer and go into when the Blu-ray goes on sale. This is going to release on our store, shop.mega64.com. We're going to release it at 9 Eastern. 9 p.m. Pacific, midnight Eastern.
yes.
Normally we do it, it's all midnight here Pacific, but Shawn brought this up initially and I commend him for this.
Thank you.
He felt bad because our Blu-ray, we had this on our tour. We sold it. At that time, we could only sell it at our tour. And by the time we got to the New York show, they were sold out. We sold out of that pressing of it. And so it was a bummer. Everyone showed up to the New York show like, oh, where's that Blu-ray you were talking about? Yeah, sorry. So Shawn said that. He's like, hey, instead of making them wait till 3 a.m. to get it, let's cater to their time zone.
Mm-hmm.
So we did.
So
New
it's
Yorkers.
New Yorkers, they don't have to wake up to 3. That sucks.
Yeah.
They can just do the midnight.
At midnight your time, pick it up, go to
Respect.
bed. That's all you have to do.
Absolutely.
You didn't see
And that's a lot of information. So
Yes.
go to our website or follow us on social media where all of this is explained.
Yeah.
You can get a brush up and make sure you are well prepared for the drop.
Yeah.
March 18th.
Yeah.
What was that? Next Friday.
Yep. And like I said, fun. We'll do some kind of fun little stream the night before. It'll be a lot of fun. So check that out
Surprise
if you never got one of those. And that's pretty much it, I think.
Yeah.
That's our show for tonight, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next week with more Mega64 shenanigans.
Or less. Let's not, we don't want to commit just yet.
We have new episodes coming out on our Patreon, so make sure you are following us there, and of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Duh.
Yeah.
All of them.
You're already here.
Duh.
All
right.
3, baby.
We'll
Yeah.
see you next time. Yeah. The archive channel, the main channel, and the secret channel. I'm not going to say any more about it. Good night.
Secret-
Masturbation.
No, stop with that.
Okay, I'm gonna pee.